A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a significant diplomatic move, U.S. Special Envoy Steve Witkoff is set to engage in crucial discussions with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky and Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan in Ankara this Wednesday. This meeting comes at a pivotal moment as President Zelensky has expressed a strong desire to intensify peace negotiations to bring an end to the ongoing war in Ukraine. Bringing the end of the war closer with all our might is Ukraine's top priority, Zelensky stated, emphasizing the urgency of resuming prisoner exchanges as part of the peace efforts. Turkey's unique position as a mediator, maintaining diplomatic relations with both Kyiv and Moscow, has previously facilitated talks between the two parties. However, it is notable that there will be no Russian representatives present at the Ankara meeting, according to Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov. Peskov also mentioned that while there are no concrete plans for Russian President Vladimir Putin to engage in discussions with either the Turkish side or Witkoff, he remains open to a conversation. This meeting in Ankara marks Zelensky's fourth diplomatic visit in a matter of days, following successful engagements in Athens, Paris, and Madrid. In Athens, he secured a gas deal, while in Paris, he signed an agreement to acquire up to 100 fighter jets. His discussions in Madrid focused on enhancing cooperation with Spanish arms manufacturers. These diplomatic missions are part of Zelensky's broader strategy to solidify European support for Ukraine as Russian military aggression escalates and forces converge on the strategically important eastern city of Pokrovsk. Domestically, Zelensky is grappling with a severe crisis, as several members of his inner circle are under investigation for alleged involvement in a large-scale criminal scheme, leading to the resignation of two ministers. This unfolding scandal poses a significant threat to his administration, particularly as European Union leaders prepare to make critical decisions in December regarding the unblocking of a €140 billion, £121 billion loan for Kyiv, contingent upon addressing corruption issues. As the fourth anniversary of Russia's full-scale invasion approaches in February 2022, the fundamental differences between Moscow and Kyiv regarding the resolution of the conflict remain stark. Earlier this month, Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov reiterated that Russia's conditions for a peace agreement have not changed since President Putin outlined them in 2024. At that time, Putin demanded that Ukraine abandon any aspirations to join NATO and withdraw completely from the contested regions of Donetsk, Luhansk, Zaporizhia, and Kherson. Zelensky has consistently argued that conceding these territories would leave Ukraine vulnerable to further assaults. Following a lengthy meeting with Putin in April, Witkoff suggested that a potential peace deal would hinge on the status of these disputed regions and Crimea, which Russia annexed illegally in 2014. This position has led to tensions with Zelensky, who accused Witkoff of promoting Russian narratives. The two leaders have not met since early September, despite a flurry of high-level discussions over the summer, including talks between former President Trump and Putin. American efforts to facilitate a ceasefire have stalled. At one point, a summit between Trump and Putin in Budapest was planned, but was scrapped when the U.S. realized that Moscow was unwilling to compromise on several key demands unacceptable to Kyiv. Nonetheless, communication between U.S. and Russian officials has persisted, albeit discreetly. Reports indicate that Putin's special envoy Kirill Dmitriev was in Washington for discussions with Witkoff in late October, shortly after the U.S. imposed sanctions on Russia's two largest oil companies. As Europe continues to impose sanctions on Moscow, a concerning trend has emerged, with a growing number of vessels sailing under false flags from Russia through European waters. Authorities have reported a blast occurring on a line leading to the border with Ukraine, raising further alarms. In a separate incident, drones have been discovered across Western Europe near airports, military bases, and power plants, suggesting a suspected program of hybrid warfare. Natalia Lawson, a key figure in the response to these developments, remarked that it represented one of the biggest challenges the group has encountered. As the situation evolves, the international community watches closely, hoping for a breakthrough in peace negotiations that could finally bring an end to the devastating conflict in Ukraine. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.